want to bring on somebody who is a friend of the brands. This is somebody that helps analyze, the YouTube ecosystem in totality, to be able to help brands in placing their ads, in placing their messages correctly so that they can speak to the people that they really want to speak to. So I want you to humbly please put your hands together for Lorraine Landon, and she's Specialist Lead at Sub-Saharan Africa Google.
Good afternoon. It's so good to see you all in 3D at our YouTube festival. My name is Lorraine, and I am the Sub-Saharan Specialist Lead, working with the continent's greatest and biggest advertisers in how to best use Google's products. My time with you today is to showcase how, when it comes to viewership, YouTube is for everyone. So when I first set course on my digital career 15 years ago, I was barely 12. Digital media was considered a medium for the elite, a small portion of affluent, digitally savvy consumers. And for many years, the data showed that this was the case. News articles from pre-2010 paint a fascinating picture of our relationship with the online space. The digital divide was a very real concept. Online video viewing was seen as a luxury that only those with a computer and a stable ADSL line could afford. Anyone have fond memories of the buffer wheel? Yeah, I see a nod. But over the last decade, there have been a number of factors that have made YouTube incredibly accessible to the South African population. With cheaper smartphone devices in the market, video data bundles, and the growth of free Wi-Fi areas, we see that YouTube is accessed across multiple devices, including TVs. We are taking our mobile-first country status really seriously, as the We Are Social report states that 96% of South African internet users access the internet on their mobile phones. As you may have noticed in the introductory video, the broad range of the South African population can be found watching YouTube, representing age brackets from Gen Z to 55 plus. I'm trying to convince my parents. Can anyone tell me in the audience what the latest internet penetration stats are? Anyone got a number for me? Don't be shy. 80%? Ali, you wish. This is because you get paid for it, right? So I've been doing a little research, and most reports put that number at around 42 million. That number really blows my mind, because when I first started working in digital, this number was 4 million. The internet has grown by 950% in 15 years. One more question, and shout it out this time. Any guesses as to how many people are on YouTube in South Africa? 26 million. You are cheating, Dylan. As confirmed by Data Reportal, over 25 million people use YouTube in the country. That's 61% of all people on the internet and 63% of all South Africans over the age of 18. A little bit different from that affluent view. As you heard from Zeph, YouTube offers our audiences an ever-increasing selection of local content. We see that people from all socioeconomic backgrounds are accessing the platform, with many viewing the platform as their go-to streaming option to catch up on their favorite TV shows. Can I hear a whoop whoop from the marketers in the house? Any of you who have worked in the marketing in South Africa can appreciate how our exquisite diversity can make a communication strategy a little complex. Luckily for you, YouTube's audience solutions are built to accommodate that complexity. Let me demonstrate it for you. Imagine, if you will, all of your consumers are in this beautiful big bubble. These are South Africans 18 plus. You may have a marketing message that is relevant to this bubble, in which case you would broadcast your message using demographic targeting capabilities, age, and gender. Where reach is an objective for you, this is where you play. If we were to refine some of our targeting and start looking at the people who are viewing the content on YouTube, we could draw another bubble inside this one. This one we call detailed demographics, adding more descriptors to the audience, such as parenting stages and marital status. If I were to add another circle to the mix, do you see where this is going? We're going to look for descriptors that start placing our audience into affinity groups. We have an extensive catalog of these affinities. Want to talk to avid investors? We got them. Auto enthusiasts, travel buffs, beauty mavens, all and more can be found with YouTube's pre-packaged audience targeting functionality. But in the words of every TV salesperson, but wait, there's more. Say you wanted to build an audience around a trend that is happening in the market or a particular passion. Reach the audience that matters most to your brand by curating a custom list of people based on their interactions across Google, search, YouTube, and Android app downloads. In addition to these trends and passion signals, Google can also determine which people in these audiences are experiencing a life-defining stage, such as marriage or childbirth, and determine which audiences are actively seeking to transact by fencing our in-market audiences. So now we approach the center of this bullseye. This is where your customer data becomes really valuable. If you've identified customers by their loyalty, interaction, or lifetime value, you are able to use this information to identify other non-customers who may have a similar profile using the customer match functionality and increasing your reach up to 100 times. As we've traveled through these bubbles, you can see that each step develops the audience into more three-dimensional groups. South Africans are more than a demographic, and this can be seen how they consume YouTube. Their interests are wide. They're in different life stages and on different paths in the consumer journey. If you look around this room, notice how different everyone is. And I'm not just talking about the fashion choices. South Africa's diversity is represented in these YouTube audiences, and you have the opportunity to send a relevant message to everyone.